Hey there guys, I'm Dankz564 and this is continuing for Let's Play Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, and we are here in this secret, I don't know, temple? Let's reapply that. And there's this concerned guard here, for some reason. Let's go talk to him. The guard stands at attention when he sees you, but his eyes glow with excitement. Oh, I didn't think I would ever see a new face around here. Well, at least not one that isn't barring fangs or decomposing. Forgive my bluntness. Everyone happy to see you here, of course, but I'm especially glad to see you. Sorry, I'm just talking nonsense now. I tend to start babbling when I get nervous. How does it feel to guard the same place for so many years? Tell the truth, I don't even notice the years as they pass. I just get up every day and do my job. Of course, I could go visit the scholars, look at the calendar and be horrified, but what would be the point? Even before the demons showed up, I made a vow to defend this temple. That vow is all I have left, really. The Sarkorius... I will never, I think, get used to the fact that it's not pronounced Sarcosis or something. Sarkorius. That I knew is gone. The Sarkorius that I knew is gone, so there's no use dwelling on the past. You're especially happy to see me. What does it mean? Oh, the guard looks around quickly to make sure no one's listening. I would have never thought I'd say this, but there's an important matter that can only be entrusted to a stranger. I think there's a traitor among us, someone who is trying to bring demons here. I found a strange letter hidden in a cave, and I think we need to find out who left it there. Why haven't you told to Leandra or Katir about this letter? Just imagine what will happen if Leandra announces there's a traitor among us. And if it is, even if it turns out wrong, the damage will already be done. If we stop trusting one another, we won't stand a chance. We might as well leave the temple and let the demons finish us off. No, we need to get to the bottom of this, but it must be done quietly. What was in the letter you found? That's the problem. I don't know. I think it's some kind of code. It looks like a constellation shard, but who hides a constellation shard in a cave? No, something's wrong here. Alright, I'll help. What do you need me to do? Here's a plan. You'll go to the caves and hide behind the large stone. Large stone covered in runes. Watch to see if see who comes to pick it up. I left it there as a bait, and I made sure to leave everything else untouched. No one has come for it yet, but when you find out who has betrayed us, come and tell me. Why not set up an ambush by yourself? Wouldn't be able to do anything without people noticing. Whoever left the note knows when I'm here in the corridor, and when I am off duty. If I suddenly disappear, the traitor will definitely suspect something. No, for this we need an outsider, someone who can move around freely. We need you. Okay. So they grow in mushrooms here. Yep. I'm assuming Stargazer is a title, right? Yeah. So where exactly do I need? End of them here. Okay. Yeah, I need to talk to people by the will of the stars. Okay. Find out who's... Okay, this is probably to the main temple. Where does this lead? Okay, this is the letter. Okay, I need to hide behind there. Lower religion. Oh, 1000 experience for that lower religion check. It's not even that hard. An inscription in Hali treats all Sarkorius, all our tears are for you, our lost land. Well, let's ambush the traitor. I love how there's like a glowing halo there, and I'm hiding. Dark figure stealthily approached the drop location. In the dim light, you can see it's a middle-aged man. He looks around furtively and as he reaches for the ladder. Looking for something? The man jumps like a startled rabbit. He looks terrified. Are you the commander from Dresden? I was just taking a walk. My name is Vestari. Pleased to meet you. Yeah. Why are you mumbling? Tell me the truth. I'll shake it out of you. Vestari sighs deeply. All right, you don't live in the temple, so there's no need to hide anything from you. I'm breaking the law, but I haven't betrayed anyone. It's quite the opposite, actually. You should come with me and ask Christy about the meaning of this note. Christy always says she doesn't want to hide anymore, so maybe talking to you will help her is her conscience. Okay, let's go talk to Christy, whoever that Christy is. Why are we not moving? There we go. That's the hand of the inheritor. Okay, that's the Azara. Let's go to talk to Christy first, shall we? We'll need to find her. Who do we need to talk to? We need to talk to one of the best. Reg, Odin, Dariel, Leandra. Okay. Mononic Deva, Stargazer. Okay. Who are you? Any old woman runs her bony fingers along the top of several magic scrolls. Her lips moving silently. Who are you? And who are you? The voice is not familiar. And I can see your face. No, I don't know you. My name is Vigdis. I was once a junior priestess of Pulura, and now I manage the temple resource and provisions. I put everything where it belongs and keep it safe. You aren't the priestess of Pulura? Why aren't you a stargazer like everyone else? My stargazing days are over. I only see what's under my nose. Lady Pulura decided my all eyes should have some rest after all these years. Are you a trader? A trader? No. There's no trade in the temple. Would you like to trade with us? I make sure everyone is fed and their needs met. Whenever anyone brings anything to the temple, they give it to me. If you brought something, or perhaps it's the opposite, there's something you wish to take, everyone is free to take what they need. If I want to take everything, then you must have great need. Everything here belongs to everybody. Show me what you got. Well, it's not free, so don't lie to me, woman. Okay, there's really isn't anything useful here. How about we save?
I hope you appreciate this.
Ooh, money. What do I have here? Someone has put a plate of food scraps near the hole, hoping to tame some small animal. Okay. Let's go and explore the place first. Cut here. Do you know anything about Arilu Voresh and opening of the Wood Wound? May that witch be damned for all eternity, along with her progeny, if she has any. Yes, I know about her, though not much. There was no respect for arcane magic in Sarkoris, and there were reasons for our distrust. Divine spellcasters always have someone above them, someone who can control them. A dishonorable priest or a paladin will lose their power immediately. If you want to take everything, then you must have great need. Everything here belongs to everybody. Show me what you got. Okay, that's the hand of the inheritor. Who lose their power immediately. Even though they're with the priest of an evil god, an enemy, you still always know who they are and what they want to expect of them. But there is no high authority for wizards. Nothing limits their might, or their experiments with the very essence of the world. Our elders tried to control this chaos as best they could, but they did not wish to be harsh. They didn't execute offenders on the spot, they simply put them in prison. Well, that's definitely not harsh. Wizards weren't even forbidden from practicing magic, they simply had to do it under supervision. But with Arilu, everything went wrong. The witch managed to reach out to the Skari directly from the fortress, where she was being held, and then served up her country on a silver platter to the Lord of the Abyss. Tell me about Sarkorius. I'd rather not answer that question. I'm sorry. That was rude. It's just not many can boast that their country has been wiped off the face of Galarian. Not conquered, not decimated, but wiped out, along with all its people, cities, forests and rivers. And I watched it happen with my own eyes. I don't want to remember what everything was like before. How do you manage to keep your life in the temple secret? Might everyone believe that Pulura Falls was destroyed along with Sarkorius? We started the destruction of the temple. It was 100 years ago now, but those of us who had families didn't even get to say goodbye. Couldn't let anyone from the outside world know that we were still alive and hiding in the temple. Since then, only a few of the most experienced rangers are allowed to leave the temple and go on raids. We do secretly pretending to be crusaders or cultists, and we go to great lengths to ensure we're not followed. So far, our tactics have been successful. We've survived for 100 years, and I hope things continue that way. Okay. Well, considering they succeeded, they must be really, really good at it. Is there really nothing else? Okay.
I'm gone.
They do have like actual angels here protecting the temple, which is interesting. What do we have here? Schedule listing daily responsibilities. Okay. Auden, yeah, we need to talk to you. Let's go talk to you then. There, plates, cutlery. Still no nice cups, though. Just have to warp the present and the dwarf notices you and gives you a friendly smile. You finally have a guest in our quiet abode. Pleased to meet you. I have a glass of water. Fortunately, there's nothing else I can offer you. But our water is of very purest quality. I'm Auden, by the way, a stargazer. There's your service. What's the occasion? My daughter, Runhild, turns 125 today. Oh, so she was like 25 years old somewhere thereabout when this whole thing started. Such an important date calls for an important gift, but where could I get such a present? Well, luckily there is soft stone in the local caves, and I've carved her clasp for a cloak. Came out alright, I think. Of course, when we complete our star vigil, I'll get her something better. Yeah. It seems like only yesterday she was running around in her little shift, asking me to toss her in the air, and now 125. How time flies. Where's the guest of honor? Truth be told, I don't know. I can only hope she's in a safe place with her mother and aunts. Do you see packages in the corner? Those are all the gifts I never had a chance to give her. Oh. I suppose she's outgrown most of them, but what if I'm grandpa now, huh? My grandchildren could have them. I wish I knew for sure. Auden pauses to think. Wait, you're from Dresden. You must know about Winter Sun Village? There was a temple of Gorm there 100 years ago. Maybe it's still there? I know that the priests of Gorm were hiding my family and other refugees when the invasion began. Please go to the temple and search for anything or anyone that might provide answers about what happened to my family. Even if the truth is bitter, I want to know. I can't remain in blissful ignorance forever. Very well, I'll find your daughter. You're putting aside your own important affairs just to help me. I don't know how to thank you. Odin gives you a small package. It's been carefully wrapped in parchment and tied neatly with a string. If you find Renhild, please give her this. Let her know that her daddy always remembers her birthdays. And give her all my love and good wishes. That's kind of touching. Pure water is very rare in the wound. Don't just underestimate its value. But of course. But from time to time, something stronger wouldn't hurt, huh? But we have strict rule about such thing. A stargazer can be seeing double, huh? Okay. Okay, that's another person we need to talk to. A pale young man is staring at you. Incredible. I didn't think anyone could find this place. This is... Are you a gift from heaven? Or, I mean, forgive my rudeness. I'm Raj, a stargazer. I'm very pleased to meet you. I think you might be the only one who can help me. Why am I the only one who can help you? And that room near the entrance to our caves. They were once great warriors, but now they're just corpses, rushed done death through some foul ritual. I've become very interested in one of them. You see, I studied the history of Sarkoris. A legend tells of a great ruler named Ali Berij, who was buried with his mighty sword, the Rage of Ice. Of course, most people think it's just a myth, but when the guards told me they defeated an undead that was wearing ancient armor and wearing an ornate sword, I almost lost my mind. The guards don't want to get near the corpse again, even if he really is dead this time. But maybe you could bring me the Rage of Ice. Just think we could prove that Ali Berij, the Master of Is, really existed. It'd be breakthrough in historical research. Sure, I'll bring you the sword. Young men such as yourself must find it difficult to be stuck in one place for long. Young man, you say? I've long forgotten how old I really am. By Pulura's grace, my body doesn't age, but my soul feels dry, as if I'm nothing more than an empty husk. I used to admire the stars, but now all I see is a collection of dim lights in the sky. I know their path by heart, but... He stops abruptly. But you're probably not interested in all that. Well, I have to go. Maybe that sword can actually be given to me. That's a very nice quest. It probably is also big. Two-handed sword, right? Who are you? An elf stargazer. I think might need to talk to him as well. An elf stargazer is studying a pile of parchments. His appearance is disheveled, and his attention seems to be entirely focused on the calculations in front of him. Again, and again, I knew it. That confirms everything. When the elf notices your presence, he looks up from his work. The commander of Dresden. Incredible. I never thought I'd hear those words. My name is Daeriel, and I'm a stargazer. Tell me this, Commander. You make the rules in Dresden, but do you also abide by them? Yes, as a commander I must set an example for my soldiers. Such noble words. It's been a long time since I have seen a leader who doesn't think they're above the rules. You must know the person I'm talking about. Of course. Katair. Are you trying to accuse Katair of something? I've known him for ages, trust me. We're close friends for a long time. He certainly knows how to make a good impression, but if you look beyond his fake exterior, you'll begin to see his true nature. Ariel points to the parchments, which are filled with columns of strange digits and symbols. Look for yourself. It's obvious. A week ago, it was a stone tree. 3 months ago, it was the outskirts of Wintersun, and 20 years ago, it was outside of Dresden. 50 years ago, it was Is. And finally, 70 years ago, the stone tree. I assume he is visiting someone, most likely a woman. Ah, yes, forgive me. I haven't spoken to anyone about this for a while. To me, this is clear as day, but I can understand how you might find my calculation confusing. The stars tell me about Kateri's movements, and I can assure you, sometimes he goes to places that are not filled with demons and cultists, but with wine and women. Take Dresden, for example. You see, Kateri has forbidden everyone forbidden everyone who remained in the temple from seeing their family. He says it's dangerous and that we must keep the secret of our lair. The elf lip curls in distaste, but for some reason this rule doesn't apply to him. We all vote to stay within these walls and fulfill our duty, yet he gets to leave the temple wherever he wants. So what if he ends up to... is he up to there? I'd bet my life he's going to see his wife, Yamris, or some other woman. What other reason could he have to go to the stone tree? Dresden was still under control of demons 20 years ago. If you'd really been keeping an eye on Kateri, you would know that. You're right. I keep forgetting about what happened to Dresden. It's hard to remember everything, but on one thing, I'm absolutely clear. Kateri went to Stone Tree 70 years ago. And I know that because we haven't spoken since then. Well, of course I have no need to keep track of his coming and goings, but why would I when I don't speak to him? But when he's been away for a long time, Alejandra asked me to check on him, to make sure he's still alive. That's why I have these calculations. So you see, it's nothing personal. I simply want the best for the temple. What is the stone tree? It's a tall tree, withered and petrified, even before the demons invaded. For some reason it remained standing. It's supposed to be a sacred place that they hold. I mean, they used to hold celebrations and wedding there. Yamris and Keter got married there too, you know? So it all makes sense. Why don't you tell Leandra that Keter is breaking the rules? Do you really think she'll believe me? She trusts Keter more than any of us. She and Keter agree on everything. She'll always take his side. Alright, I'll find out where Keter goes. Excellent, he definitely stopped at the stone tree. I wouldn't be surprised if he's cozying up to some beauty from Wintersun cave somewhere. He's probably feasting with her and laughing at us fool for trusting him. Yeah, that's a little bit jumping to conclusions, aren't we? Okay, this is Christy. Before we do anything, let's pick this up. So, Christy greets you anxiously as if expecting the worst. Are you the commander from Dresden? Although, I don't know why I ask, it's not like you could be someone else. Listen, Christy, the commander. I don't think the commander wishes us harm. If you want to ease your conscience, tell him everything. Vestari said you wanted to confess something, Leandra. Yes, I do want to confess to Leandra and our entire community. The Vestari and I love each other. We love each other for so long, we're practically an old married couple. Leandra is against romantic unions because she thinks temptuous passions will cause division in our community, but she doesn't understand the nature of love. You can discipline the flesh, but you can't restrain the soul. Not that Leandra would believe us, but Vestari and I really did try to resist our feelings. We went a vow to stay away from one another, to never again break the rules. Christy says, but the bond between us proved stronger than our resolve. But perhaps it's the will of the stars, and despite everything that happened, we are simply two halves of that are meant to be one whole. If Sarkoris hadn't fallen, would have lived happily and freely. You wouldn't have to hide, and you wouldn't have to exchange stupid notes. Those notes are stupid. Do you really want us to be torn apart, forbidden from seeing one another? Those notes aren't stupid. Elandra is kind and wise leader. I will persuade her not to stand in the way of your love. Okay. I've known her for longer than you, of course. Elandra is kind, but she is very stubborn. Once she has made decisions, there is no point in trying to change her mind. She and Katir are much alike in that regard, except he always does what's right, and she always does what her heart tells her. And of course, her heart has told her that love should be forbidden, supposedly for the sake of peace in the community. These stupid rules haven't helped anyone find peace. Okay. So, we need to... Runhild, stay... yeah, okay, Untamed Spirit, that's the sword, right? And the Shadow of Doubt. Okay, okay, I guess we need to talk to Eleandra here first. How can I help you? No, why did you ask me to talk to them? Tell me about your mission. What do you know about Rilu, actually? That would be interesting to know. More than some, but not as much as I would wish. I've been to the Threshold, the fortress where the outlawed spellcasters were held, and where Rilu conducted her monstrous ritual. I even saw the betrayer in the flesh, though only briefly. Rilu was rumored to be a dangerous witch. For many years she had lived in isolation, carrying out strange experiments in deliberate obscurity, but she was noticed in the end. The best witch hunters tried to capture her, and it is said that many of them perished in the attempt. But when I saw her, she was no longer a dangerous enemy. After many days in the dungeon, she was nothing more than a pale shadow. It was told her spirit was already broken when she was brought to the Threshold, and she gave guards no trouble. However, I think it is safe to say now that her compliance was simply a ruse, a cunning deception. When the wound opened, it shook the world. My Lady Pulura, in her heavenly wisdom, was one of the first to realize the magnitude of the threat, and sent her priests in a vision along with an order to run and hide. But many couldn't find it within them to obey this order. How could they leave their beloved homeland, their homes, family, and friends? Many of my brothers and sisters perished, losing their hopeless fight against wave after wave of demons. I was destined for a different fate, and and so was my shrine. Lady Pulura hid it from the eyes of the demons. I hid a vision, telling me about the work needed to be done to avenge the fall of Sarkoris, and rid the world of the Worldwound. That was where I learned this difficult task would take a century to complete, and it would require us too many sacrifices, but I was willing. I want to talk about Stargazer's Vestarian Christie. Taran Christie, my dear rebels, you might think I'm harsh for enforcing such strict rules here in the temple, but such measures are necessary when you live through decades of isolation in such a small community, shut off from the rest of the world. Love and all the jealousy, discord, quarrels, and breakups that go along with it could result in genuine disaster. Vestarian Christie are the living embodiment of such a disaster. I love them with all my heart, like they are my own children. However, before the temple was hidden 100 years ago, they could have 5 quarrels and 6 reconciliations, all between one moonrise and the next. At other times, they would go a month without talking to one another. That created quite a problem, since stargazers are supposed to share their observation and research. This carried on for years until after the particular Republic of Fracas? I don't know. Quarrel, I guess. I decided to forbid all romantic relationships in the temple. It was an impulsive decision, I admit, but it was not made without reason. I was trying to maintain peace in our community, and I was also concerned for feelings of others. Many of those you see here, Auden, Teriel, and even Katir himself, part with their families for the sake of our mission. It is unfair for them to be the only ones so painfully deprived. So that is why love and relationship are now forbidden in the community. And as you can see, the rules are largely the result of Vestarian Christie's own actions. You've lived here for many years. You've become family. Does a family reward love and punishment, or love with punishment? Vestarian and Christie have loved each other for a long time. It's not just a sudden whim. They deserve your acceptance. I'm afraid this decision will be the most difficult for Auden, Teriel, and the others who have lost their families. It may also cause chaos in the future, but perhaps you're right. We should not try to thwart the desires of the heart. I will inform the community about changes in the rules. Well, it makes sense. Like, if they would, probably it would only be worse if they like try to sneak and do stuff in secret. Right? Somehow they might decide, well, demons will not forbid us our love, right? Good luck to you. Do not hesitate to contact me if you need anything. Okay, now let's go talk to Katir, right? I think that's what we need to do. No, that's not it. Untamed Spirit, no, that's not it. Shadow of a Doubt, right. Where Stone Tree holds the secret key. Do I need to go to the Stone Tree? Like, get out and actually go explore? What is this? Starry sky is miraculously reflected in the surface of the water. Or is the stone tree like actually... What do I do this? Yeah? What does this do? Some of them light up, but... Oh, this is reset, okay. What if I'll activate all of them? Yeah? Is it some sort of a puzzle? It is some sort of a puzzle, probably. What do we have here? Nidlev. Oh, a visitor in the temple. Your weapon is so interesting. I'm sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. I am Nidlev, the priestess of Pulura, mistress of Astar and Farewells. What are you drawing? By stroke of luck, I came across some blades belong to ritual daggers. Eh? They were just laying in a box in some dusty corner. I just imagined Sarkorian art, stored away in the temple and then forgotten. So this is what I do in my spare time. I gather the items that once made our nation famous and make sketches, and whatever I cannot find, I draw from memory. During the first 20 years of our imprisonment, I sketched our traditional clothing and adornments. I tried to account for all the clans, even those that had perished or disappeared before the opening of the Lordwood. Luckily, items from all across Sarkoris are stored in our temple. They were once brought as gifts for the funeral rites and of the chieftains. Then I switched to cookware and then to wood carvings. The wood carvings took me almost half a century, since that was one of the main art form practiced in Sarkoris. Now I have moved on to weapons. When I'm finished, it will be the most complete collection of sketches on the subject from Sarkorian art. At the very least, the items will be preserved on paper. Can you, you know what? I don't really care all that much about what you have to say. Perception check failed.
Now, what is that?
Perception check succeeded. What do we have here? The cosmic current turning across the sky. Eh? Why is it hidden? The concept of the cosmic caravan, which makes the way across the night sky throughout the... Oh. This is probably the answer to the puzzle, isn't it? Over there. Well, we'll take that. But...
I shine in all endeavors, even failed ones.
That is unfortunate.
Something here.
Where? No. We're here? Also Korean boot. In Western Mountain there dwells a clan whose name is no longer spoken. They are brave. Those whose true name had been forgotten generations before was a clan of blood. The foremost was spelled. He had loved the daughter of the clan patriarch. The pack killed the mainers, whatever. Karen traveled the day and night. The Karen traveled day and night without rest until reached the steppe, very edge of the known world. Once the peak of the beloved mountain could no longer be seen, and there they settled, living a threadbare, meager lives because they did not know how to rear animals and live the nomadic life that required. Because they had no strong warriors among them, the clan quickly dwindled. They all died, and the young found husbands and wife in other clans and left to join a new household. Years later, in one of the harsh steppe winters, the clan patriarch fell sick and died in the arms of his daughter, and no one could recall the location of that house where the clan had once rested in such freedom and dignity. Okay, whatever, let's collect it. I guess it's something. What's this?
I am helpful, am I
Ooh, a
not?
lot of money. Why do they even need money here? And how do I get out? I don't see any exits. Oh, there's an exit. Okay, yeah. Gotcha. Now, let's go over here. So, and that's Star Caravan, right? Or whatever it's called. Where would it be? It would probably be in here. Newest to older. So, the Thrush, Lantern Bearer, Newlyweds. Thrush, Lantern Bearer, Newlywed. Come on. Back, wagon. Rider, the daughter, the bridge. Newlyweds, Lantern Bearer, Thrush. Lantern Bearers, Newlyweds, right, and then it just follows Emperor's bridge, daughter rider, bridge, daughter, rider, patriarch, wagon, pack, just to be sure. Patriarch, wagon, pack, mother, stargazer. Patriarch, wagon, pack, mother, stargazer, stranger, the follower. Yeah? Okay. Anyways, I think that's a good place to make a cut, and we'll continue in the next episode. Thank you guys for watching, hopefully enjoyed it, and goodbye.